Welcome back everyone. Today I have another video and today we're playing Katakuri. We're trying the new cards that just got released for this leader. And I say this leader, they're not necessarily locked to this leader, but the cards do function with this leader very well because this is a very aggressive leader, and the cards that he got definitely support that strategy a little bit. The first one that we got was Katakuri itself. It's a blocker, very nice for the deck. Having a blocker is very important, and also allows you to use your leader ability pretty much every turn if you want to. So it does help on that regard, and allows you to be more aggressive and allows you to be more allows you to play like a 10-drop Big Mom, use this guy. Like, it's a really good card for the deck overall. I think it definitely was designed for this leader in specific. It could be used in other leaders to also abuse this fact, but it definitely was designed for this leader in mind, of course. As you being able to attack for 7 with the leader was one of the biggest drawbacks for the leader, when you were able to attack but you weren't able to play things on curve, but weren't able to actually apply some pressure, of course. Then we also have Lin, which does help a lot in this deck. Discard a card to make the opponent discard a card or trash a life. You are very aggressive inherently in this deck because you're attacking for 7. So if they decide to trash a card on their life just so they don't lose on card economy, it could lead to a early kill, especially in this deck, which the main factor for this deck to be playable or not playable is the fact that you have so many triggers on life, and that can change the matchup completely from one moment to another. So if you get a Okikonijo trigger, if you get a Perospero trigger, and the Namis can turn back like a game, definitely especially important against Flamingo's decks. A Bonnie can draw you cards like this zero cost event, which we're playing as a full playset because you can put it as the last life consistently, and then if it's the last life, you're playing with 6 life at that point. It's just completely bananas and insane, and it allows your big moms to be more threatening. So there's a lot of reasons to that's basically the gist of the deck. You do have to kind to play with the fact that you have triggers in your deck and then you can trigger something. That is part of the deck. It's a huge part of the deck. So the reason I don't like, and I guess suppose I like the deck, is that same fact, because it is random sometimes. It is, oh, I got a good game with good lives out of this game, or I just didn't get anything out of my life, and that feels really bad also for this leader. It definitely counts on having some amount of triggers in life. It doesn't really matter which trigger, as long as you can leverage the triggers well. And of course, if they're early on, the better the early that you can play those triggers, the better. But it definitely does require it's part of the plan. Part of the plan is trigger some cards out of the life. If that's what you would like to do on this in this deck, it definitely is the right deck for you. I don't think it's a bad deck inherently. It's just it's gonna rely a little bit on that, and if that's your style, and that's what you're gonna do. But the deck with the new upgrades does become more aggressive, therefore a little bit better for that end, because he was already good at being aggressive, and now it gave you 2 more cards that allows you to be more aggressive as well. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good overall, and it definitely gives a buff to this leader for sure. But with that being said, that's all I have for today. Let's go see second play. All right, and we're gonna go second against Luffy. We definitely do want to go first with this deck. It is a better curve. I could get Katakuri, but I feel like it's too slow. I feel like getting Lin back to back is probably going to be better in this matchup, especially since we're going second. We're going to try to close the game as quickly as possible. So eating cards at the opponent's hand is going to be important. He doesn't have the Zoro, which is really good. I did have, I guess, an answer for the Zoro if he played it this way. So... Wait. Oh, yeah, because he ramped. I was like, wait, how is he afford a 5 life? Yeah, because he ramped, this happened, so it's fine. I guess we did have the answer on life for the Zoro, so that's why we do play a lot of on life triggers, because ultimately it's Katakuri, and that's what they want to be doing, right? He does have Luffy into Sanji, very obnoxious, of course. Attacks for 6. I actually kind of have to take, honestly, because I don't have anything. Okay, that's Sparrow. Allows me to be more aggressive, I suppose. Now, question is, do I play the Big Mom? I mean, he has like 2 cards in hand, so it might be correct. He also might be playing an OP9 build. By the time I recorded this video, the sim hadn't been updated, so a lot of OP9 decks for Luffy. It was really hard to find a Luffy deck that wasn't playing OP9. So if that happens, well, whatever. It doesn't matter too much, honestly. What I'm gonna end up doing is gonna play the Nami. Nami KO the Sanjuro and then force him to... Yeah, he's up playing OP9 cards. But it's fine. We're gonna try to beat him anyway. So playing this, killing the Sanjuro, and now my opponent has to make a decision whether to KO my board. And if he does, then I get a lot of time. And if he doesn't, then I can just try to go for game, of course. So depending on what my opponent does here, I will do accordingly, right? He's gonna attack me, okay? So then that just settles that. And that's perfect. Now he played the queen first, so he gets triggered, and that's what you have to be careful against this deck, right? If you're not careful, you're gonna get punished by this. And then now I ask him for 2 cards. Now he does have 1 energy up, so I cannot really go for game, but I can at least pressure him enough to where next turn I'm definitely just going for game, and my opponent has to be able to deal me 2 damage here, which I do have enough counter here. And I'm gonna be able to look at the top of my life and see what it is. It's nothing, but I can play accordingly based on that. My opponent doesn't know that. And he has to win this game this turn. He has 8 done. He can have a rush Sanji, I suppose. Not good enough. So if he divides the attacks, I could just combo out of something. This is 9-11. No. This was a little bit more. 10-11. Well, he attacked with the wrong number first. But I did have enough on the first attack, so he did need to attack for 11. But 10-11, I just have enough either way. He had a Kaido, which did nothing. And then he had a Gobble. I mean, the 1-cost event. But the 1-cost event doesn't do anything either here. Because I have too many attacks. So he had to go for game there. He could play a Nami, but again, I feel like I had enough to win the game either way. This hand is okay, I suppose. It's not bad, especially because we're going second. Oh, got better. I guess I'll get this one. Next turn, if he attacks me and get a creature, then I get to attack it back and develop the Pearl Sparrow. That's pretty good. He goes Law. Law doesn't really do anything, so I'm just gonna take the life. And yeah, definitely just playing Pearl Sparrow and attacking for 8. Look at my life. Ooh, that's great. So I assume he's gonna defend this. And then he has to play... Well, he just got lucky at this one, right? But we're gonna definitely play this one here. Now, on 5 done, they still have to play like a 1-drop to set up the top. If he's gonna try to just hit for free again, that's so sucky. Yeah, I'm just gonna combo to that one. Okay, we do get the value here to KO the Boa. That's what we wanted. KO the Boa. He doesn't have a Jinbe anymore. We definitely just play Katakuri here, but let's attack with this one guy first. He doesn't have it. Okay. I don't have to use the leader ability here. Look at my life, I suppose. Let's bottom that one because I do want to have triggers on life. Let him go. Now we are going into our 8-drop turn next turn. So hopefully he destroys the Prospera and he doesn't bottom deck it. I mean, I'd rather just take. Oh my god, I didn't get anything. Well, that's not great. Yeah, I guess I'll combo this. Okay, he didn't get at least that one. So I suppose I will be just... Is there any trigger that I want? Not really. So I'm just gonna try to destroy these 2 cards that he has on board. Top of your life. Let's leave that on top. That's not bad. See if he's gonna combo to that one. He can. Okay, he didn't. So then let's just deal with this too. I think that's fine, because then we can start doing just big mom, big mom, big mom, right? And that should probably be good enough. I could take a damage. That wouldn't be terrible. So my opponent is a little bit... It wasn't slow so much as I had the right trigger on life. It is what it is. This is the matchup in a nutshell. And I think why it could have a decent matchup against this because of that. They do play Red Rock, so Big Mom is not going to be like the biggest answer just yet. He can always just KO my Katakuri here, which I could try to prevent. Don't know if it's worth it. I could have just done it with the pudding, honestly. Force him to deal with this other way. Attack the Jimbo with the pudding. Probably correct to do so. This guy only bounces a 4. Is he gonna bounce my pudding? I don't think so. He bounced back. What did he bounce back? Don't remember what he did. Okay, does this do anything? No, I have to let it die, sadly. So the problem is the Red Rock here, because I am gonna get hit. Wibble. Yeah, he's gonna Red Rock and play something else. So this is where the game starts to get out of control, even with the right triggers here. Because now he has 2 dudes on board, and I lost my... Oh, wait, what? Hopefully this character... Maybe he doesn't have Red Rock. 8 question mark, maybe. If he doesn't have Red Rock, then we have a really good chance at winning this game right now. If it does... Oh, well, it's not over yet. That doesn't mean anything. We need some triggers here. But that's his deck, honestly. It's gonna require a lot of... Oh, wait, he doesn't have Red Rock. Wait a second. I would definitely combo to that one. He goes, this guy, bounce back to the hand. Okay. Sure, this is fine. I'll take this every day. Oh, perfect. What trigger do I not want in my hand? I mean, this one is fine because I can always do this combo. So this is fine. Oh, okay. We got out of this one somehow. Attack this one for 12k. Play Big Mom, gain 1 life, trash 1 life. Attack this one. I mean, he's gonna defend it, right? There's no way he doesn't. But yeah, this is looking way better than I expected, honestly. Now we can attempt to go for game. He needs to play blockers. We can even do Bonnie, maybe. No. I'm gonna have to combo the Bonnie, right? Well, he's gonna put me to like 1, maybe. Maybe 2. Okay, he's gonna try to look at the top 5. So if I don't go for game, he can have a shot at going for game as the other option, I guess. But this is good enough. This should be able to win me the game. He didn't have a red rock. I think some decks are cutting red rock like a lot, and that's one of the reasons why I say like 10 drops are the issue for this deck. Any 10 drop, any something like is too big and you cannot deal with, it's gonna put you on the backseat. All right, that's a good one though. Do we have another trigger? A maybe. Take that one. Oh, yes, we do have another trigger. Now going for game is a real possibility. Do I want to take another damage though? He just played this one, so there's no reason to take damage when I don't have to. Okay. So what do we do? Do we try to go for game? Let's see what we have on top of our deck. That's a Nami. Oh, that's a good one. So now we are threatening a lethal here. I mean, we're just trying to go for game, right? There's just no other reason. He play a blocker on rest mode. Okay, well, we're going for game. 16. Yeah, I mean, when that happens, yeah, you see 0 red rocks in hand. All right, let's do a matchup versus Ura. This, I suppose, is a bad matchup as well. A lot of aggression early. Again, another matchup where we're probably going to have to be hoping on some triggers out of life. And unfortunately, that's this deck in a nutshell. It just triggers out of life. He didn't play anything early, so that's cool. So now we get to develop Okiku. And Okiku. Now, Okiku is not the best right now because he's still a 5 life. So I do have to like deal 2 damage here. But it'll be fine. Oh, I could develop a Bonnie. But develop a second Okiku here will be really good. Oh, he's defending. So he doesn't want me to get on life. I put this trigger on the bottom, but I probably should have put it on top, right? He attacks my Okiku, of course. He's not gonna heal because of the because he hasn't taken the damage. I could play the Bunny, see if he prevents me from dealing the damage. No, so I'm gonna be drawing 2. And then, do I wanna develop the Perospero? I do. Even if he has a chance to kill my my Okiku and I'm not gonna heal, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. I do wanna develop things. Now, Chance could be a problem. Does he attack with everything else? He doesn't. Okay. Now, well, we have more time then. It's not that big of a deal. Although I do kind of fear a second chance out of all of this. But my opponent doesn't have too many cards in hand, so it's okay. If I get a second Big Mom, could be huge. Though again, he's gonna draw a lot of cards here, so... And we actually whiffed out of the Perospero, so... Yikes. We get this one, and we get this one, so yeah, it's looking not the greatest at the moment. Let's attack the leader first, see what he does. Not necessarily, though. Look at the top, and then put this one at the bottom, I suppose. Your life. at the bottom. Yeah. So we know the second card is gonna be a trigger KO something. Let's KO the. Okay, we cannot KO that one. Let's try to KO the Nami. Oh, okay. Well. Okay, this is not looking great for me. And he's playing a second chance, so he's able to deal with this. Fairly efficient. So this is not great at the moment. Oh, but Big Mom, huge. He's not gonna attack with everything else. So okay, that gives me a quite maybe the chance here. I'm just gonna attack with everything because he cannot go for game. I don't think so. Ooh, and this gives me a real good opportunity here. Let's leave the Bonnie on top because it's gonna draw me 2, discard 1, so it's not bad. Yeah, let's just discard the Big Mom. Oh wait, I might have mislooked at the first card, but he has to go for game here. It seems like, and we are in a good position here. I have a lot of combo power, so even if he has like a dual attack with the leader, it shouldn't be enough. He just has 1 attack. Yeah, that's not nearly enough. He needed like a dual attack, and even then it wasn't enough. So he actually just needed the kid. But I don't know if he's playing the kid. It seems like he's just all in the Chunks blank, which it could be a fine, but like you get into these kind of situations where you might just lose. So yeah, it's kind of weird to just go all in the Chunks blank, to be honest. He didn't have any more blockers either, so... Alright, let's do a matchup versus Lucy. We're going first, so this is definitely what we want to see. We have Perospero. Okay, so this is not looking bad. Opponent going second, which I don't think they mind. Ooh, Uda. That's a nice one. I'm still gonna play just like normal. Just gonna develop dudes. Force him to deal with my things. He probably should defend this if he's suspecting the Perospero. So he can do like double removal next turn. Okay, so that's what seems is going to be the case. But I don't mind so much. I mean, I do a little bit because the Uda, I'm not going to be able to remove it. But it's okay. I think it's fine. If he goes Rob Lucy, minus. I wasn't going to be able to deal with the... Okay, he doesn't have Rob Lucy. And he just does an wow. So his hand is terrible, I see. This might be just good enough to win here. Just missing on 1 turn on removal is huge. I should attack with Perospero first, though. And then look at my own life. And yeah, I mean, just missing on 1 turn of removal is huge. Because now, even if he does attack with the Uda, there's just nothing that he can do, right? I mean, I have the pudding to attack him. And I should look at my own life and put this Katakuri on the bottom. For reasons. And then let him go. Now, if he does have removal, which, I mean, at this point he can have... he has to decide. I don't think he might have a Lucy, so he has to decide what he wants to remove. Unless he draw a Luffy, of course, a Lucy, which, I mean, it could also happen, of course. But if he only has like a 1 removal spell, then he has to decide between the Perospero and the Katakuri. And I will defend whatever I can. Okay, so he's gonna remove the Perospero. He attacks with that one. Attacks for 6. Definitely going to defend here. No reason not to. This is a matchup where I want to be as healthy as possible because 10 drop Big Mom is like the big win condition of this deck. Although I don't have it in hand, to be fair, but we're gonna have a couple of turns to look for her. All right. We can also look at the top of her life trying to find her. So that's another reason why not to take life, right? Like if she's in the live, then you can, if you see it, you keep it on top. If you don't see it, well, just keep trying to dig for her. That's the one of the reasons, of course. And we have the Perospero. Also, if he kills that one, we can search. Wow, no removal again. That's bad. Okay, so he just drew the Lucy, but that might be too little too late right now. He attacked with the. Why did he attack with this one? That makes no sense. If he was not gonna remove, maybe he changed plans because I didn't take the life. I don't know. That's just weird. I mean, he definitely has a Gecko Moria now, and I assume he wants to play this one. But yeah, that's just. He didn't have the Rob Lucy, that's for sure. That's just what he drew out of the Khalifa. But now he just wow, too slow. Two Rob Lucius on life. I mean, this sometimes happens to black decks. To be fair, two Gecko Moras are good. Two Ice Age were really good for this matchup for sure. But you also need the removal early on, because if I do what I just did, he's gonna have a really tough time, of course, getting off. And in the meantime, I'm gonna apply a lot of pressure here. The next card on top of my deck was gonna be Nami, which is also really nice here. Although I would have put it on the bottom probably, because I'm trying to look for a 10-drop Big Mom. Again, 10-drop Big Mom is the big winning card on this matchup. Okay, I mean, this also sometimes happens in this matchup. Okay, so we're gonna go against Flamingo. This matchup is going to be the harder matchup for this deck, I assume, especially them going first. We really are gonna need some triggers out of the top of the deck, I think. Especially this hand doesn't really do much. So I would say that you're gonna lose this matchup a lot of the times. Oh, sorry. But it will also come down to how many triggers you have, honestly. Our hand here, I mean, it just really is not that good at the moment. We could play like yeah, that's a really good opening hand for our opponent. So thinking about it, I'm just thinking what I can do next turn. Oh, that's perfect. That's what I was talking about. Like you need some triggers out of the life there to just be able to come back. Now, question is, do I play? Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna play the 3-drop and try to attack the Jinbe, because I think he's not gonna be able to defend the Jinbe, but he does. So he's trying to put the pressure on. That's fine and all. Now that I was able to just kill one thing, that should be good enough to get me into this game. The first trigger being a KO ability is just like the most important thing. We do play a lot of them, to be fair. We play the Nami and the both Namis. Both Namis KO something on life. So we do have a fair amount of KOing on our life, and you could play more if you want to. Just if this is the most meta deck of the format, or whatever it may be. It is worth maybe exploring. Our opponent had a very weak turn now, where they just play a law, and then allow me to combo twice if I want to. Nami, do I want to kill this? I don't think so. I think I want to save the Nami for a card that he plays later. I guess there's also the argument that you can KO the Jinbe, draw a card, because I'm gonna have less than X amount of cards. So it is okay to do this as well. Oh, I also forgot to use my character ability for some reason. But he also has 2 cards in hand, so it's not that big of a deal. He will have to give me both cards to not allow me to draw cards. But I definitely should use the Karakuri ability, set up the top of my life, and be able to do this. But I got the same result. I just wasn't able to set up the top of my life. I don't want to give him more cards, so I'm not gonna attack with the bunny. I kind of want to keep as many creatures as possible. This is weak into like Gravity Blade, but if he Gravity Blades and then I have Big Mom, I think that's okay with me. I'm not gonna cry over that. He seems to be having a hard time finding cards at the top of the deck, or he's exclusively looking for like Jinbe into something else. He's aggressively looking for that. I mean, you play with what you got. If you don't have Jinbe, then you just try to get the best that you can, the next best thing. I think that's the philosophy with the deck. If that's the case, because I mean, there's a lot of cards to look through and not finding anything, or your deck doesn't have any warlords, then at that point, what are you doing, right? I could have blocked with the Karakuri, but I kind of want to just block twice here. I don't want to take a life. Well, maybe not. I do get to attack this one for free. I do get to ask my opponent, do you want to give me cards? And I might play another one. So if he get this card his hand, I get to kill his board, and I might be even be able to... I should have also used the money. I'm sorry. I'm making a little bit of misplace here. I definitely should have done it differently. But since he took the life... Because I wasn't also sure what he was going to do necessarily. So now I get to do this. Look at the top. I'll leave that one on. That's fine. And I'll attack with this one, see if I can get the draw. I do, which is great. And then my opponent has to decide what they want to do. Going for game is not an option because I have the Nami. The Nami will not draw me cards unless I discard cards from my hand, which is possible too. So depending on what my opponent does here, a Gravity Blaze would still be good, but he wouldn't be able to develop anything else. This is really bad actually. For him, I mean, he's doing nothing. He's not using the leader ability. At some point, that is also like, you're doing nothing, right? Yeah, he plays a boa here, but what does that matter, right? Now I finally used the bunny ability correctly. Now if he gets me cards from hand, it's fine. If he doesn't, it's also fine here. I have protection from like losing the game, I think. So it's not gonna be that bad for me. And I'm still gonna attack the leader. Look at the opponent, send it to the bottom. I don't want him to draw the Jinbe. I don't think I need Big Mom anymore. But I also don't need the Pearl, so might as well keep the Big Mom just in case. Attack with this one and attack with this one. He cannot go for game here. I mean, he could, but I do have enough here to survive, I think. Especially depending on how he attacks. Attacking for 6 is a good number. 7, not so good. I could take this one because, I mean, it doesn't matter how he does it here. He doesn't have enough to go for game, so I can just take it. Attack for 9. I'll take that one. And then I knew that we skipped that over really quick, but I knew the last life was take an extra life here because I set it up there. There was one turn where I was able to look it up. And yeah, fortunately for our opponent, that's just gonna be enough. So our life was very strong this game. Our opponent didn't use his leader ability as efficiently as he usually like they usually do. So they only had like the early game good, and then from there on, I mean, they're playing Boa in their deck, which is not great, honestly. This deck doesn't really requires any of those cards. Just want the Warlords, so you don't have these kind of problems. So yeah, I mean, again, it does require a little bit of luck on the top of our deck, to be fair. But yeah, that's what this matchup will come down to. Okay, we're gonna go against Luffy. We're going first, which is good. And yeah, this is fine. Our opponent is gonna attack us here. They shouldn't. Oh wait, they have to play the Bone Cliff first, but it doesn't matter. Oh, we get to play the blocker here. That's cool. Yeah, definitely gonna play the blocker. Oh, that card is good. We're gonna leave it on top, right? So then we're gonna look at the opponent's life at that point, right? I guess that's one of the advantages here for this card. Like, you get to look at it. Yeah, the opponent does know what card is on top of your deck, but they also have to play around it, right? Which is not always a possibility. We saw a Newgate also on top of his deck. We definitely don't want to have him draw that card, so we're gonna put it on the bottom. Because that's just giving him like a bump that he can play. What do you do here? He could go to not to 8 to 9, no. So he can play like a 7-drop. What kind of 7-drop do you play? Oh, maybe you play the new Luffy engine with this. It's not bad, I suppose. Actually, I kind of like that. I'll probably will try that with this Luffy. If we go like a ramp into the 7 drop, can work. And you play a lot of Luffys that you can play. What does this do for him? Nothing really. I can just combo a 2. And then, how much does my opponent attack me for with? I mean, it really depends on what my opponent does on this turn. 6? I can block and just give him 1. And then always have the threat of the Nami there. Okay, so we have an answer for this Bone Clay, I suppose. But this is kind of slow, not gonna lie. It doesn't really do anything. Is he gonna play another 4-drop? Okay, he is gonna play the Law Blocker. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Now I get to play my Big Mom. See if they want to burn alive. I don't think that's good. Let's attack with this one. Let's look at the opponent's life. I put the Nami on the bottom. I honestly don't know why. I shouldn't have. Oh, it's probably because I'm gonna attack with everything. So I assume he's gonna attack my board instead of my my life. No, honestly, I have no reason why I didn't just keep that card on top. Big Mom, I think I'm not gonna be able to do. So let's see if he wants to discard 2 cards. That would be good for me. But the Onami, I also keeping the Onami, like he would have just blocked probably on some attack. I don't know, it feels weird. But putting that on the bottom also kind of feels very weird. Now my opponent discarded 2 cards. That's pretty good for me. He has the option to play like a rush something. Attack for 7. I'll definitely just take it. No, it didn't get anything out of that one. That's really bad, but it shall be fine, I suppose. Is he gonna keep the blocker up? Yeah, he could have played around the Nami anyway. But I do get a free trigger out of that one, so. Take it how you will. Because I attack with the Perospero, he could have played around that, so that's why. Dragon, however, maybe that's the reason to keep the Nami on top. Because the Dragon, he wouldn't be able to keep the Law up. So maybe we can go after the Dragon. We'll see what happens. I'll take this one. Ooh, that's a good one, actually. That allow me to attack his... Ooh, okay. Yeah, we got 2 triggers there, too. So those are good triggers. We did have 3 triggers on life. For what it's worth. Alright, so we do have to deal with this Nami, right? Let's see if he taps the blocker, which he shouldn't, because then I can kill his dragon. At that point, dragon is like the least of my problems. No, I mean, I cannot just deal with dragon, so I have to attack his leader. Or see if he wants to defend it this way. I mean, I can just attack it with the Katakuri for everything else. I'm looking back in the Nami and thinking, yeah, that was probably a mistake there. He gets to block. I mean, I can probably just deal with the dragon here, right? I guess I want to see what's on top of my life. Yeah, just leave it at top, I suppose. He combos out of that one. So what's gonna happen next turn? If he has another dragon, I should be fine. So I do want to just deal 1 more damage so I can go for game. So that way he has to attack my board. And then that gives me another chance. If he's attacking my board and not my life, then it gives me a little bit of a chance. We know the last card on his life is a white bear. So this is actually kind of whatever. Because then it gives us another chance to deal with the dragon now that he come out of that one. And then maybe we can go for game. And he also doesn't guarantee to deal with my board because I have a lot of counter. So yeah, attacking the life was correct there with the Katakuri. I could also just go for game next turn. But also they play Radical Beam and all these cards, so it's not necessarily correct. Attacking for 8. Do I want to defend this Katakuri? I think so. I think I'm trying to go for game next turn, right? 10. I also could defend this one. And I probably should. See what happens. We know the last life is... Ooh, wait. That's a card. Okay, so we can play this one and attack with the... We could have attacked with the leader and the Linlin. Actually, that probably was correct. Attack with the leader and the Linlin. Put him to 0. Force him to go for game, right? Which, to be fair, if he has the 10 drop, take an extra turn, he can probably just do it. Yeah, that was absolutely correct. And then if he attacks my board, then that's fine. He doesn't have it, so that gives me the better chance. But I definitely should have. I just attacked for 7/7. Take 2 cards out of his hand. He would have just only 1 card left in the hand, and that's just good enough, right? Probably. He cannot attack my life now, because if he does, then like he has to leave me at 1. Okay. I don't have cards to discard, so this is actually not a good one. But I can just KO the queen and attack for game, so this is a good one to just keep in hand, right? Still good if he attacks me, or we'll just drawing 1 card at the top of the deck, right? Okay, Sanji. But he cannot attack me twice. If he attacks me twice, he's kind of trolling, honestly. Or doesn't know what Nami does. Oh my god. Why? It makes it hard to show these kind of games, though. But I don't have time to make another game, so you're gonna have to deal with this one. But he should have definitely not attacked on that one. I think he was gonna die anyway, even with the queen, because I have the Nami top deck that I can just kill whatever. Although I didn't have a trigger, actually. No, I couldn't have. But I think I had enough attackers here to still do it. He didn't even keep the Radical Beam. Why? Oh, I guess he didn't have enough done. No, he could have. Right? 5. Oh, no, 5 and 6. Yeah, no, he didn't have enough done. So, okay. Well. And for final thoughts on this leader, definitely this card is very good for this leader, allowing you to force the opponent to make hard decisions, and then you can play that control game, because if they discard cards from their hand, then you can base your strategy on the 10-drop Linlin, and then if they crit a life, then you can be super aggressive because they're critting lives, which is really good for you. So either way, and this allowing you to get rid of bad cards out of your hand. If you have a bad card in your hand that is not good for the matchup, you can just discard the card and then just be obnoxious that way, and develop a 7k attacker that just got some value, of course. Very good card, very good overall. Is way better than the 7-drop Linlin that they used to play on this slot, because being 6 done allows you to be aggressive with the leader and at the same time develop this, which is what you want, right? Yeah, I mean, that's the deck that I have. If you did like the deck, or you have any recommendations for the deck, just let me know in the comments down below. That's all I have for today. Thank you all for watching. Have a good day.